Hello, welcome back to the channel. What about a visit to a model railway show? Yes, during this video we're going to visit the Greenock District Model Railway Club show. It's their 40th anniversary of the club. Now, before we go in and visit the show, which is in there at the Lyle Kirk Church here on Union Street in Greenock, now before we check out the show, the setup got underway the night before, and there's a lot of work involved with the setup, with transporting all the various layouts to the show. A lot of work involved in that. So let's check out the setup first, and then we'll check out the show. The Greenock District Model Railway Club 2025 exhibition show was held on Saturday 18th and Sunday 19th October. The setup for the exhibition got underway on the Friday afternoon and carried on into the evening. This section of the video only contains background music. Later on in this video we spoke to some of the exhibitors here at the show on Saturday 18th.
Some work you guys have had to put in here, eh? Gee,
I
well.
hope there's not as much to go away.
It's surprising how quickly it goes out after you start.
Aye. I saw you've got a couple of what I would call train sets up there. Are they still popular at things like this size?
In that more,
Yeah,
you know, if they want to start out, they're actually not bad value.
yeah. I suppose when you get everything kind of together, you know.
The thing is, everything's there for a start. If somebody wants to start up, you've got your control, you've got your track and everything. So it's easier. Because some people come in, I'll have a piece of track and I'll say, if you think about a set, it's much more economical, but
Aye.
sometimes they want to buy the two bigger ones for the small children. Like if Lyle's got something for I would physically put somebody off that
Aye, aye.
and give them an idea of something smaller for the child to enjoy rather than if he picks it up and drops it.
Okay, and we're now joined by David. David, so we're here at the show, and it's now all set up. It's a lot of work involved with setting the show up, isn't it?
Yes, there is. There is a lot of work that we've got there, and it's looking very good.
Excellent. And Greenock District Model Railway Club, can you tell us about the club, please?
Well, we're the local model railway club. I've been in it for about 8 years. Currently, I'm the chairman, and we've got about 20 members, all in all, of all ages. And we're situated in Fort Matilda Station. The club room is Fort Matilda Station.
So an actual railway station, yeah.
Yes, we rent the buildings, the station buildings from Network Rail. And we have a club night twice a week on Tuesdays and Fridays.
Now, there's a lot of work involved with restoring the history of the station, wasn't there? The Fort Matilda station.
I believe so. Yes, I believe so. Yes, I wasn't involved in the club then.
That's great. It's got the station gets to have a use. You know, it lives on.
Oh yes, that's what Network Rail lets us use it for.
Yeah.
So we keep the station in good order and tidy.
So here at the show, how many layouts do we have here at the show over the weekends?
What, club layouts or visiting layouts?
Well, visiting layouts.
That's probably about 8 or 9 altogether.
Okay.
There's a couple of club layouts.
How many club layouts do you have yourself? Yeah.
1, 2, 3, about 3 or 4.
Oh, okay.
The newest one is Inches, which is over there.
Right.
And that's joined to another club layout, joined together, a much older one. This particular layout, Minford, is one built by myself and my son, but it goes out under the club name. This is a bit of the Festinial and Cambrian, which is a slate transfer yard. Then we have visiting clubs that come to our show. We do sort of reciprocal arrangements with other clubs, so we go there, they come here. We've got Air Club over there with their big layout, and we've got Perth in one of the other rooms at the back, and Renfrewshire Club, I think just up on the corner there.
Now your own layout here, is this fairly new or?
Yes, this is his first time out.
Oh, right.
So it's a big learning curve. It's the first time we ventured into DCC, which is digital train control. It's a lot different from ordinary analog control, which we're used to. And but we're learning fast.
Does that have it sounds as if it's got some sort of sound.
Yes, they all have sounds. Some of them more than others, but
Now, where was your inspiration for this particular layout?
well,
You look up a book.
no. I go to I used to go to the festival quite often. Got involved in volunteering. Know a lot of people there, and we've done three. This is the third layout we've built based on a Festiniog layout.
How long did it take you to build it?
About 2.5 years.
Wow. Yeah. Have you built model railways all your life, or is this
More or less.
fairly recent? Yeah.
But not for exhibition use. We
No,
built two others for exhibition use. The others were just built at home, for your own personal use.
Yeah.
Now, you haven't been around for the whole duration of the Model Railway Club. How old is it now? Got an anniversary this year?
It's the 40th year this year
40th.
of 40th exhibition.
Really? I've just corrected him 10 minutes ago to say it's only the 40th anniversary. So it's the 40th exhibition.
No, it's the 40th.
40th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you become a member of the club, how would you go about doing that? How do you become a member of the?
Well, you either contact the secretary or anybody, myself, the secretary, and we can give them the details. They can always come and have a look and see whether they like us.
Yeah.
And whether we like them.
Is there a waiting list?
No.
No.
We take any from sort of 16 years
So
onwards.
after this show, what happens during the club nights? Do you move on to your next projects, next layouts,
Yes.
upcoming layouts that you do next?
Yeah, we've got one in mind. It'll probably be started fairly soon. We've got a couple of junior members that are progressing in the back room. One of the back rooms, there's one they've started, a little shunting layout. So that's the next immediate layout to come out. Then there's other things in mind.
Excellent. Okay. Well,
Well, before you go, David, I'd be interested to know whether or not this will remain for a long time as a layout.
yeah.
I hope so.
You don't just
No,
break it
you don't
down.
do that. That's what
No, I
I'm
hope so. I mean, my son and my grandson are there.
Right.
It should be. We've got a garage full of layouts now.
Right.
Aye.
So this doesn't necessarily go back to Fort Matilda.
No, it doesn't live in Fort Matilda. No, it lives at home. But it was
Went away with it.
it was a good trial run because it's got to go out to. It's got 3 other exhibitions booked forthcoming. It's going to Kirk in November. Then it's going to the ScotRail, Model Rail Scotland at the SEC in March. And then it's going to Portmanic in North Wales, where
It kind of
it
originated
comes from. And in
I forgot.
May.
I forgot to ask. How many trains do you have on the layouts?
Well, we can, if it runs, if the operators could do it properly, we can run 4. But as I say, it's a big learning curve really this weekend on it, and then we'll sort out any issues
little glitches that keeps wanting to run back.
afterwards.
Won't couple up.
Well, yeah, it's quite complicated really. This one, it's probably a bit too bold with it, but anyway, it will do. It'll come right.
It's getting the heights up there, isn't it? It's quite a difficult
It's got quite a steep
I
climb on that.
like this train here. That's a nice train. That one. I like that one.
That's the Cambrian line.
Cambridge.
See what this depicts is a slate transfer yard. Slate was brought down by the Festiniog Railway from the quarries in the hills, and they went down into the yard, and there they got transferred from the narrow gauge wagons into the standard gauge wagons.
Right. I think it's worth pointing out that these are two physically different track layouts.
Yes, there are. One is 00, 4mm 00, and the other one is 009, which is a 9mm smaller 9mm. So you're depicting narrow gauge and standard gauge.
So it's not an N layout.
No, it's the same as N gauge track, but it's not N gauge scale.
And what about these new tabletop ones that you get from Hornby, for example? Is that something you've ever encountered?
No, not yet.
No. It's a fairly new product, isn't it?
Yeah,
Most of it, apart from the standard gauge stuff, which is all proprietary make, most of the narrow gauge stuff are either kits or scratch built.
And what do you decide in terms of the gauge of the buildings on this site?
Well, they're all 4mm, because it is a 4mm layout.
Right.
It's the beauty of doing narrow gauge and standard gauge together is that your buildings and scenery and everything is all the same scale.
Right.
Whereas if it was N gauge, it would be a very much different scale. You can't match those two together. Good.
Okay, David, thank you very much for talking to us. Thank you.
I'll give you that back.
And we're now joined by Adrian. Hello there.
Hi.
Could you tell us all about your layout here at the show, please?
Well, it's based roughly on the old engine shed at Kyle of Lacalsh. It was made really to just something easy to exhibit, but have a lot of detail in it. Be small, like I say, easy to exhibit, portable. And it took about 18 months of work to build. Probably the most work was in the engine shed roof, which is soldered from brass. That took about 4 or 5 months of work. But otherwise, it's just a matter of just working away and work from drawings and photographs of the old engine shed up at Kyle, and just produce what you say.
It's a great layout. It's a lot of work has gone into it, isn't it? Now, what inspired you for this location?
It was something I always wanted to do. Actually, I'd seen a lot of photographs of the engine shed, so I just got on and did it.
And it's with it being smaller, is that nice and easier to transport?
Yeah, it can be erected in about 20 minutes. It fits in the back of my car, so yeah, there's no transport problems really.
Is this the first layout you've built, or have you done?
No, this is one of many that I've built, and many that I've built since. I suppose you could say I'm a serial layout builder.
Do you keep them all? That's the thing.
Most of them, there's a couple of them have been broken up and bits get reused. But I think what is there at home? It's probably about 8 or 9 layouts at home of various sizes.
Yep. Now, I see here, is these awards you've got?
Those
in
are the
past?
shows that I've been to. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you
Yeah.
travel all around
Yeah,
to the shows
yeah.
around the country?
I'm from Yorkshire,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, we get all over, get invited to go all over.
And what trains do we have here on the set?
These are well, they're all diesels because the layout is set in about 1966 or so. So there's class 20s, 24s, 25s, and 26s. They're all ready to run locomotives, just bought off the shelf, weathered. The re-gauge, the track is what's known as EM, which is 18 millimetres or 18.2 millimetres, and they're all fitted with sound chips.
Sound chips, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that difficult to set up?
Not really, not nowadays, because the modern locomotives come what they call plug and play. So you buy the sound chip and you just plug it into the locomotive. So they're fairly easy to do these days. Yeah, it's the sort of up and coming thing to have sound. Certainly on a small layout like this as well. So it adds to the atmosphere.
Yep. Now, are you on social media? Do you have a social
I don't have. Well, I'm on sort of Facebook and stuff like that, but that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much
Right.
for talking to us.
No problem.
All the best.
Thank you.
We're joined by Andy Strathy. Andy, hello there.
Good morning.
Today, are you?
I'm not bad.
Can you tell us all about the layout here you've got?
This is Inverclyde. This is one of our longest and most established layouts. This is about 8 or 9 years old now. It depicts what was Banff Station many moons ago, a depiction of Banff Station and the Banff Goods Yard, and a rough plan of the tracks. It's not an exact plan of the original tracks. We named it Inverclyde rather than Banff because what we have running down just the other side of that lorry there is the Boyndy Burn going into what is the North Sea just on the Banffshire coast. So everything this side of the board is a depiction of what was original. Everything on the other side of the board is completely fictional, just to create a scene at the other end. So the real Banff Harbour is actually behind me here. So we've swapped it to the other end just to make it shake it up a wee bit. It's an end-to-end layout, and one of the reasons we picked Banff as a layout is it doesn't have a release loop for the passenger train. So they used to do a rather odd manoeuvre to release the passenger train. You would come down the incline to the station, the loco would be uncoupled, and it would shunt the coaches back up the line, uncoupled. The loco would come to a halt before he reached the end of the station platform, but the coaches would carry on. And there was a window in the end of the guard's van, so the guard could control the braking. He would go so far up the incline, slow down to a stop, and then roll very gently. So what would happen, as he passed that, the signalman would change the points. The coaches would run down into the departure platform, which is inside the shed, come to a halt. He would then change the points again. The loco would run up the line and then run back down and couple up. That's how they got round it. So that's why we chose this as a prototype.
And it's a very big layout, so it is.
Well, this is actually, we're looking at two layouts here. We've actually got the two of them multiplied up this time for the first time. They'll depict two different areas of Scotland. This is, as I said, this is Banffshire, and we've got Inches, which is one of our newest layouts, which depicts the Lanarkshire East Ayrshire area. We've middle of coal, a big coal area, so we've got the coal mine tracks at the back.
Oh yeah.
We've got the loop station. And this layout was completed, I think, just late last year. It's had a couple of outs. It's already won a couple of prizes, it shows as well.
How long did it take to build then?
It was about 2 years in the building this layout, I think, all in.
Right. So, what changed that right there?
That's a wee parcels train just running through.
Right. I like that one. That's a good one. You got any particular favourite yourself?
I'm a diesel fan, a wee bit of a diesel fan myself, so quite the class 29 that's sitting over there on the breakdown train, and we've got a 27 on the back and a ballast train there. I'm more fans of those.
Yeah, yeah. We've quite a lot of trains on this one, actually.
Yeah,
Is there?
yeah. The fiddle yard does tend to be a bit full. You've got to be aware of what the other operators doing at all times if you can. So
Uh-huh.
the next thing you know, you've got two trains meeting.
So these two layouts are by Greenock District Model Railway Club,
Yes,
yeah?
we're fielding 4 layouts this year. We've also got Minforth. This is its debut as well. That's David and Rob's layout, and we've got Malcolmsdale, which is the kiddies layout through the back. Plus, we've got a couple of other little micro layouts. We've got the display of dioramas and micros over there as well. Plus, we've got a new layout that the junior members of the club are building there called Beaumont.
Right, excellent. So you've been involved in the club for a while now, haven't you? Yeah.
A while, I know this period didn't have been a while. I'm probably close to 20 years in the club now.
Years.
Yeah. If not a wee bit more actually.
Now, this one certainly sounds very modern electric with the sound. Is this one here?
Yep, they're both. We've got the sound turned down in this one a wee bit, but they're both running in a digital control system, which allows you functional sound as well. Digital is still relatively new. It's been about for 20 years, but a lot of clubs are still taking on. We've been in digital for about 10 years, building all our current layouts are all get built to digital standards. We do allow for the older analog, which is your old 12 volt, by putting isolating sections so we can isolate locos and run other trains past them, but we tend to design them around a digital system.
Okay, well, Andy, thank you very much for talking to us.
No problem.
Great to see both layouts here you've got, and thank you.
Enjoy the show.
Cheers.
Brendan, and I'm secretary of the Meccano Society of Scotland.
It's a flyer, is it?
It's a flyer, yeah, and we're always welcoming people to come and join us. But I think Meccano is a wonderful hobby, but diminishing.
Right.
But you can still get plenty of it, and lots of people, as you can see from all the models, people are still very interested in it.
So those bigger models, how do you finish them in the sense? Because they're very intricate and it's all little like screws and bolts and nuts, isn't it? How do you get them to complete? I can understand doing a flat panel, but then you're doing that train and it's got a big round top and all the rest of it.
Well, round bits of metal are always a bit tricky, but you plan that into your design when you're starting it. I mean, one of the things you do as well is you think, if I'm going to bring this to an exhibition, how can I get it in the car? So you're even thinking about that kind of thing before you even start. Because we always remember the people who built boats in their front room and then couldn't get them out. So it's the same thing.
It's about 15 to 1. What I did was picked a 3-inch pulley for the wheels and then did everything else accordingly.
Yeah, what I was asking earlier on is, how do you get to finish? I mean, I can understand the side of the project, maybe even the top, but how do you actually get them to finish with all that intricacies inside there?
Right, so in here, these are just flat strips. What I've got inside are plastic rods, which are Meccano parts, and I just held them in a loop and held them under the hot tap, and then just let it cool down, and it takes that shape. And actually, these are all curved over. The plates themselves have got a plate bender, so you just put them in a plate bender and do it that way. And in terms of the details, what I did was got a really high resolution photograph it was actually of I think it was a Bachmann loco, straight on view, copied it into PowerPoint, put a 1/2-inch grid over it, and then all I've got to do is count boxes. So once you've got the scale set, and it's just count boxes so you know where to put things.
Now I remember Meccano. Is it an expensive hobby nowadays?
you weren't recording, I might give you a different answer. No, it's very cheap.
And it's,
No, you can get the stuff. A lot of the stuff I get from auctions, and it's a case of just pick your moment. So virtually nothing of what's on display here was mine in April, March this year. So I've bought virtually all of it so far this year. And I had this stuff, all the red and green stuff new. It's not new. It's about 65 years old.
oh,
But I've just been buying it up whenever I can find it.
How long did it take you approximately for this?
yeah.
I built a cabin last year. Took me a couple of days to understand what I was doing. Once I figured out the scale and all the rest of it, this took about 6 weeks.
6 weeks, right? Okay.
The signal box took about 6 weeks too.
But you'll take all this home as it stands here, you won't dismantle this.
Oh no, this was this year's set of models, and this is the last exhibition. So by this time next week, it'll all be in bits.
Oh, okay. And you turn to recycle all of it?
Oh yeah, I'm going to rebuild something. In fact, Brendan gave me a book, which Oxfordshire Mills.
All right.
I'm actually building a watermill, but it's got, it'll be probably bigger than that, and it's got all the millstones in it and all the mechanisms to control it, and so yeah, it'll be a good working model.
And will you physically use it with water?
No,
No.
too many holes in it.
Yeah. I'm going to say it. You wouldn't line it with it.
But you reckon, put it this way, the idea, if you can build a model and you know what it is, you know, that's good enough for me.
Yeah. Can you physically move Meccano? Do they have any kind of motors or anything of that nature?
Yes, I've got, I don't know, probably 50 different motors. Normally what I build is motorized.
Right.
This is the first, I think first time I've ever built something that doesn't move.
Right.
Well, this thing does.
Yeah.
In that if you pull the signal levers, it makes all the rods move and the repeaters move and all the rest of it.
This crane, there's 3 motors in that crane, so that does all the functions.
Can you demonstrate?
Yeah, sure.
Excellent. That's great to see. Right.
Yeah, I don't think there's many of the model railway people who can lean on the exhibit the way you are.
It's actually just the right height.
Strong.
Just the right height for it.
Now, what you said you're talking about doing a wheel, a
water mill.
wheel, yeah, water mill. Does that include the building and?
Aye, the building, the water wheel, all the gears, millstones, the winches, everything.
And will that be mechanical? Or
Aye, proper mechanical.
proper?
So the water wheel's about that diameter,
Right.
and the pit wheel, which is the wheel on the inside of the building, that's mounted vertically. Then you had the cogs at the top. It's all done with wooden pegs. So the pit wheel's about that size, and there'll be a wee motor in it somewhere. But everything's all connected, so I'll make it work.
So you got a big loft, have you?
Well, I've got a big study.
Oh, that's
Got
good.
a big
That
study.
helps.
I've actually got a working model of a Deltic engine that I built as well. So it's all 36 cylinders, or 18 cylinders, 36 pistons, all the gears at one end, turbocharged at the other, and it's, they're all doing their reciprocal motion. And that's driven by a tiny wee motor, but I can't get it in the car along with everything else.
No.
So
We didn't get that one.
I thought I'll just bring along the signal box.
Okay, well, thank you for speaking to us.
No,
Thank
no
you.
problem.
So we'll take a look at some more of the exhibitors here at the show. There's a layout from Air Model Railway Group. So there you go, that's Air Model Railway Group. Now, if you're looking for trains for your model railway set, then the junction box is the place to check out, thejunction.box.net, and we'll look at the variety of trains we've got on show here at the event. And there's lots of different styles, heritage, new, modern, lots of different ranges. There's a Scotland one there, look at that. Right, so we're joined by Neil. Neil, hello there.
Hi there.
So tell us about your layout here at the show.
This is meant just to be watched. It was designed for a friend of mine who wanted to give it to his wife as a birthday present, but it was just to look at it. There's no interference. You can just sit here and watch it till you fall asleep.
Yeah.
I'm saying nothing about it.
Okay, I will just to put you to sleep as well. I changed the software so it runs randomly, so you can't predict where it's going to go. So that makes it. You could put a bet on it to see which way things are going, but it turned out to be quite nice. I just did the electrics and the software. A friend of mine called Trevor, he did the buildings and the scenery and all that kind of stuff.
So when you say software, how does that work?
Well, the software can generate a random sequence.
Right.
So the random sequence is then applied to control the different points. So it starts off here. These little black things here are sensors. So when it goes over there, the computer knows where the train is. Will then decide on a random nature where it's going to go. So it can go up here, it can go that way, and when it's up there, it can go that way or this. So this brings it's like another dimension into watching it because you don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
Before, when it was predictable, you'd say, "Oh, it's going this way." You know, you fall asleep a bit earlier.
Yes, is that quite difficult to program software? Because when I look at sometimes more railways, I think it's just maybe a button you press and you've got to control the speed and all that, but this is completely automatic. Is that difficult to set up?
Not really.
No.
You need a fair degree of computer literacy, obviously, and you have to have a logical mind to design the software. But there's another loco here. If I'm using this loco, which runs at a different speed to that, there's a switch on the side here. I switch it across to the green loco and then restart it. And the software will say, it's the green one, so we'll change the speed faster or slower to suit. And that's the only control you have.
Yeah. I like all the various lights on the buildings and shops. See
That's random as well.
Yeah.
So, and there's the red light district there's a red house there.
You were just telling us you got your own YouTube channel, yeah?
I'm part of MERG, see this Model Electronic Railways group. But our local group is the West of Scotland area group, and I run a website for them.
Okay.
And I put this on it in its early stages when there was no ballast, there was no housing, there was nothing, explaining the logic, like when the train's here, different. Do you know anything about software writing?
No, you tell. No.
It's like you did algebra at school, yeah? Yeah. Okay, well, you're probably trying to forget it. Like, x is equal to 1, but 5x is equal to 5. That's, it's simple stuff. So when the train is here, it just sets another variable up there to do something. And then when it triggers there, it knows it's been here, so it can then decide what to do. If that's the case, it cannot switch the points against it, so it has to just leave them until it makes another decision from over here which way to go, and so on. Repeats ad nauseum.
It doesn't work with Google then.
No, it doesn't work with Google, so you can't get your smart speaker control. Can you do that these days?
You could, I could have. I don't want you. You have to do this when you're at home, do you?
Have you got a variety of layouts at a club, or is it just the one particular one you've got?
This belongs to it, and it belongs to George and Sue Watt from Drongan.
Right.
Yeah. So they've lent it to me to show here. In fact, they'll be here tomorrow to have a look at it.
Right.
Yeah. So now that is a demonstration layout over there, and it's demonstrating the use of all these components, which is what it takes. Like to make the points move, I'm using one of these things here, which you'll see. You see how that moves is very slow. Yeah. So, but it takes that to drive it. So underneath here, I've got 7 of those similar, and this one here, which is changing the lights in the building in a random way, I've got 3 of those under here.
Right.
So these are being used over here. Hence the advert from Eric.
Right. Thank you again, and all the best.
Right.
We're joined by John Senior and John Junior here at the show. Can you tell us about what you do here?
Well, what we've got here is this is our very own stock. We make this here in Scotland. We're based out of Kinross. My son here, John Junior, he designs everything you see here. And we've got about how many printers? 10 printers, and we manufacture all that. My wife, who's hiding in the corner there, she does all the plants that go in the flower planters. She makes all of these herself. So, and the hay bales and everything you see painted, we hand paint them. Our motto is straight from the bag and onto the layout.
Right.
Being a model railwayer myself, there was nothing worse than having to spend time building things up, painting it, then putting out. You wanted the scene there and then, and this is what we've come up with.
Right.
This is what we decided to do with that.
Now, when you say print, is that 3D print? Or
Yeah.
right.
We do
We have a
well.
mix of FDM plastic printers and then we have resin printers as well.
Okay.
So we do because your resin printer, it'll do the finer details. So if you look at that, your little generators, how it's got all the finer details.
Oh well, yeah.
That's with
that's
the
real fine,
that-
yeah.
that's with the resin printer.
Mhm.
Then you've got your FDM where we can do replica barrels, but we'll print them in two different colours.
Now,
The detail's just fantastic, isn't it? Yes.
if you're printing that, obviously that's just a little packet, if you like.
Yeah.
Will this be done in a massive scale and then broken
Yes.
down and put into
What do we roughly put on in a build?
On average about 85, 90 barrels roughly per print, and then we'll obviously, what they do is they're stuck to the build bed and then we have to scrape them off and put them into bags and then put the bag tags on.
My good lady, my good wife does all the bagging and everything, bagging and tagging.
The benefit of the
the
clients,
most important thing. Do you make the bags as well?
There's the hay bales. We do now as plastic 3D printed base. Then my wife cuts up twine. We wrap it with sticky tape. Then my wife puts the twine and all that on it, and that gives you the realistic look, the hay look. So
Any needles in there?
well, you never know. We've never found any yet, but you never know.
But we do our own vinyl decals as well, self-adhesive decals.
Yeah.
And it's not just on like our little products, we do our own Code 3 models. I don't know if you've got any out there at all.
I'll show some of them in a minute.
Yeah.
There's more examples how you can go with the resin printing.
Oh wow.
And they're painted like that. I have to sit and hand paint them. Because like I say, we want to do it so it's straight from the packet onto the layout sort of
I
thing.
couldn't do that now, not with my shaky hands, I'm afraid.
Well, there's actually
Wire as well.
my hands aren't the best either for painting, but Citadel that do Warhammer, they came out with a figure holder, so we've adapted it. We've made our own injection molded plate, so I can stick the figure onto it, and you can actually lean your hand against it. John will show you that. And you can paint away, and they're absolutely brilliant.
Wow, that makes it a lot easier.
So
That helps.
we sell them in the shop, but we sell them for the 1/76 scale modeler because we've got the disc. We've made a disc up, a bit of blue tack on the disc. Put your figure on it, then you can sit there and hold it like that,
Right.
and that keeps everything nice and steady.
Could you use that for, say, soldering points and things like that?
No,
Not
so much. I would rather stick to the helping hands
Right.
for that one, definitely. But for the figure painting and that's ideal.
Now you've got, a myriad here of things. How do you decide what to do? Or do you have such a turnover that you can say, well, we need another layout, a layer of, haystacks or whatever? Is there a kind of bestseller, as it were?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, a lot of stuff's seasonal.
Right.
Because what we find is, and I've done it myself, you do your layout to the season that you're at, because you're modelling what you're looking at. So if the farmers are out and they're baling, what do you want to do? You want to get some bales and you throw them in your field.
Aye.
You can take them away later on if you want to do a winter scene, stuff like that. So it's just a case of the ideas come from what you see every day. We're trying to mimic what you see every day.
Now, do you do winter stuff? I mean, do you have things with
There's
snow on the top of them?
Yeah.
We've got trees. We do the Cooper Christmas exhibition, and that's when Santa Claus and igloos come out.
Oh yeah.
Because we do a miniature
Right.
Santa Claus in 1/76 scale. So he comes out then. So and we're hopefully doing a sleigh this year.
Oh,
And we'll go try.
So if you want to have a good Nordic layout, you
Yeah,
can do
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
So I think of branching into Christmas decorations.
Christmas villages,
Never say never, never say never.
So if you're going to build a layout for the first time or build a new layout, this is the place to go.
Well, it's giving you all the accessories that you need. At the end of the day, we want to mimic what we see, but a lot of your bigger manufacturers weren't giving you the finer details. And as a railway modeller, I wanted the finer details. I wanted you to take a picture in my workshop and see the toolboxes and the people and the rubbish lying about, the bins. But that's a workshop. And that's what it all boiled down to. And that's what we tried to do here and give the person that bit extra. Because you want your friends to come in and go, I didn't see that last time. Was that you? No, that's been there for about 25 years now.
So what's the? I see some of them are 176 or 1.76 or whatever.
Yeah.
Is there a whole range for N gauge and O gauge and all of that kind of?
That's your N gauge here. So that's just everything smaller scale.
Which we are expanding.
There's street bins.
What?
So that's your public street bins.
Oh yeah.
Even with a gold band round them.
Could be doing with a few of these locally.
But then we do the likes of whatever you see in 176, we can actually do. Well, we can do some of it in N-gauge. It just depends on the details. We do likes of chimney pots for people's if you build a Metcalf kit, rather than try and play about with the chimneys. We've come out with this alternative, and we've done the same. There's your 176 counterpart. So we've got the two, and we've started doing them in zero gauge. We did have traffic cones as well, and they were. They are tiny, tiny, but they're ready to go. They're black, red, white, and red. They're ready to go. Just take them out and stick them down with your tweezers. So
you sell the tweezers as well.
We do actually, yeah.
So how can folk find you? Are you online or have you got a physical shop?
Our flyers. We've got our online shop, Facebook, Twitter, X. We've got Instagram. We've got our own website. We've got eBay store. It's just whatever's your preference. We've got our own physical store as well.
You mentioned YouTube.
Yes, we've got our own. We've had to start another YouTube channel. We've got the two. You'll find one Sheddring. Sheddring Railway was the first channel.
Spell that out for us, please.
So it's just Shed, as in SHED, and Ring for finger. RING. Sheddring. And then it's just Railway. That's our first YouTube channel. And that was more based on my layout. It's where I've got the Fala Fairground. I've got the Fala road system in.
That's my second name,
I think I'm running about 4 or 5 different tracks as well.
Oh well.
And you have the tram system.
I had the tram system in as well. I say it was out in the shed, but I use the word shed very loosely because it was about 20 foot long and 10 foot wide.
Oh wow.
But we're also branching into die-cast as well, believe it.
Die-cast?
Or not? Yeah. I'll come round.
Let's check that.
So
you're not actually making these, though, are you?
Here is our.
Wow.
This is a Sheddring hobby product.
Yeah.
Look at that. So it's a Sheddring hobby product. This is a Scottish Fire and Rescue one that we've brought out. Now we've done this in cooperation with Emergency One, based out at Cumnock, and also the Scottish Fire and Rescue Heritage, let you see the back as well.
So Scottish Fire and Heritage, is that the Greenock folk?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So it's all in the box. They're all limited edition models. The nightstand actually comes up as well. It does come up, honestly. There we go.
Wow.
Right, this is actually based off the very first new generation Scania that went into service in Scotland, and it was based up at Dundee.
Dundee.
It has now since been turned into the training vehicle, so it's still working, but it's not an active service anymore. But the registration, the whole model was based off of that, right down to registration number, because the driver came past one day at SEC, took a look, and he's looking at it, and he's like, "That's my fire engine."
No, if you buy it.
So that's been 3 years in the making.
Yeah.
But we've done it with, like I say, E1. If you look at the packaging, shows you we've got the tiny Hong Kong official, we've got the Emergency One logo, and it tells you there, Emergency One, as the Heritage, and ourselves, and tiny. So, been, like I say, 3 years in the making, and we've went that on board with it. This is a Leicestershire one, and it's actually got a window in the side. Whereas a lot of people would have just painted the window and used the same casting. We've actually got them to put a window in it. And when you look at the backs of them, the lights are different. So we've got them all at the back as well. So this is properly based off the Leicestershire one. Like I say, they were made directly off Emergency One's blueprints.
Yeah.
So
You've got police vans here as well.
well, that's what my son was talking about when he was talking about Code 3 models. So that's an Oxford die-cast plain white Transit Custom.
Yeah.
And what we've went and done is, I'll slide it out. Right. So
Keep losing it, they're that small.
we print our own decals. That's a vinyl decal, similar to what you would put on the real vehicles.
I'm going to go back a wee bit and let folk buy us, and then we can get it.
It's all right.
That's it. Excellent.
Right, so that's similar to what you put on real vehicles, but it's ultra thin. So that's why you don't see any real lines there. That's all on light bar. That's injection molded by ourselves. So we make that in-house as well.
Okay.
So, and I paint that. So, I've spoken to Eloise. Eloise at Oxford Diecast absolutely loves what we've been doing with our models.
Yeah.
We chat to her quite a lot, and she's loving it because we do. That is actually based off a real Scottish place. There should be 2 different varieties with different running numbers. We do Sky as well, and we will actually talk of the Sky internal, their internal messaging system for Sky engineers, and they will all come to us to get copies of their vans done. So we had the whole range from Minions, Jurassic Park, you name it, we got asked to do it.
Yeah.
So then we've done BT as well. So that's the Code 3 models we do.
All right. Well, thank you very much for talking to us, John. And,
Not a problem.
All the best.
I can talk all day.
Yeah, we've talked for 15 and a half minutes already.
No problem.
Enjoy the rest of the show, right?
Right.
All the best. Thank you for joining us on this video here at the Greenock District Model Railway Club annual exhibition show. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and you can also subscribe to our channel to see more of our upcoming videos. Thank you very much to everybody here at the Greenock District Model Railway Club show here in Greenock at the Lyle Kirk Church.